Hey. It's livers time. Humans can come after livers. Oh, I forgot the light thing again. You're right. Well, it's not 1:30 in the morning. There's much better lighting in my room. Alright. Well, Kyla is doing well, just so you know. He doesn't want to give himself his own update, apparently. He hates the ear medicine, of course, which, no surprise there. But aside from that, he is doing really well. I'm just trying to figure out why this is bent so weird. That did not make it better. I suppose that made it okay. Anyways, it is Sunday, but my dad just stepped out and I might have some time. So, just in case I don't have time later in the week, I figured, why not prepare for Tuesday? And on Tuesday, of course, you guys are going to get to see Dollarama Draws of Destiny! I got 2 packs from Parry Sound, and I got 2 packs from Hamilton today. Do a city versus city battle. If need be, if there's time, I might open a couple extra packs, but they probably won't. And you know what? We're going to save it for another day. We'll do a 2v2. Keep it simple. I will open the Hamilton pack first, because I believe last time... Actually, no, you know what? I think it was fairly easy than last time, but I'm still going to do this one first. And we'll just see whether either city has better packs today. Hopefully, my Tuesday went well at work. Fingers crossed. I definitely know that Tuesday is going to be a rough one for me, predicting the future already. Because of the holiday on Monday, there will be extra packages for Tuesday. And so, hopefully, I mean, I will get extra time, which is nice, but I am definitely going to be whooped. Which is another reason to make this film today. Whisper Squad. 1 black for a 1/1 human soldier. Pay 1 in a black. Search your library for a card named Whisper Squad. Ooh. I mean, that's kind of cool if you could actually play more than 1 Whisper Squad, but you can't, so... Sucks for Commander. Ember Eye Wolf. 1 in a red for a 1/2 wolf with haste, and pay 1 in a red. It gets +2/+0 until end of turn. You can do that more than 1 time. That's pretty decent. I don't think that's going to replace any of my werewolves, but still like it. Bloodthrone Vampire. 1 in a black for a 1/1. Sacrifice a creature. This thing gets +2/+2 until end of turn. It's nice as a sack outlet, but I mean... You can make it super beefy too, I suppose, but... Meh, not my first choice. Ornery Kudu. 2 in a green for a 3/4. When it enters the battlefield, put a -1/-1 counter on target creature you control. I mean, that goes well with the Wicker Burrow Elder that you guys saw in my mono green deck from the Commander Core Creator Challenge last month, but otherwise, meh. Not a super great card. Gravity Negator, sorry. 3 in a blue for a 2/3 with Devoid, flying, and when it attacks you can pay colorless. If you do, another target creature gains flying until end of turn. Nice. That is actually pretty decent. Goblin Matron. 2 and a red for a 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a goblin card, reveal that card, put it into your hand, then shuffle. That is actually solid for goblins. We hit our first legendary of the day. Our streak restarts. Last week was a little bit rough because we didn't pull any legendaries. Today we pulled a cool one. Hinata Dawn Crowned is a 1 blue, red, and white for a 4/4 flying trample. All my spells cost 1 less to cast for each target, and spells my opponents cast cost 1 more for each target. So, Kind of a bit of a control card, but pretty cool as a legendary overall. Just going to put that there. And then we got Draw News Crusade. 1 black and red for an enchantment. All goblins get +1/+1. All goblins are black and are zombies in addition. Oh, that black, red, and green zombie deck or goblin deck I'm going to build just got a sick new enchantment. I know that's very type specific, and normally type specific cards go in the second category, but that is just way too cool. Sift, 3 and a blue, draw 3 cards and discard a card. That's a solid sorcery. Clear a path, 1 red, destroy target creature with Defender. See? Specific. So it's going to go down here. Spirit of the Spires, 3 and a white, flying. Other creatures you control with flying get +0/+1. Nice. Pretty. I might put that in my spirit deck. We'll see. I have to go see what the cost is of the ones that buff stuff. Maybe she'll be a better version. Urban Utopia. 1 and a green. Enchant land. Enters the battlefield. Draw a card. Enchanted land has tap for add 1 mana of any color. That is not one I think I had before, but it's kind of cool. I like that. Stallion of Ashmouth. Nightmare Horse. Whoop, there goes Kaiba. Has Delirium, 1 and a black. Gets +1/+1 until end of turn, but you can only activate it if there are 4 more card types in your graveyard. However, it doesn't say you can only do it once, so you can make this horse pretty cool. Or pretty powerful if you have 4 or more card types in your graveyard and you're willing to put in all the mana. Nice! We pulled a Dreadhound. Always fun to have an extra Dreadhound on hand. This thing is crazy. 4 and 2 black for a 6/6. When it enters the battlefield, you mill 3 cards, and whenever a creature dies or a creature card is put into your graveyard from your library, each opponent loses a life. Very nice in mill decks, very nice in sacrifice decks. Probably my favorite pull of the pack, even though the legendary we got, I think I like that one better. And Tranquil Cove is our land, which is an okay land. For sure, we get in life. We've just pulled that one probably more times than I can count right now. What I really need is some more green. Just checking to make sure this is still recording. It is. Excellent. First pack of Parry Sound. Do you have any hope of competing against what I just pulled? I do not know. Caught red-handed, 4 and a red. Can't be countered. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn and suspect it. I do hate the suspect aspect, but otherwise, that is another steel card, which is good to have on board. I am going to put it down here, though, because of the suspect. I hate Goad, and suspect is just a worse version of Goad. Acrone Mastiff, 3 and a white for a hound with white, tap, target creature. 2/2. It's kind of expensive to put into play, but I do like its ability. I'll still put it down there, though. Mortis Strider, 1 blue and black. When it dies, return it to its owner's hand. I only had 1 copy of this before, so it's nice to have an extra one. And I like this version of the artwork a lot. Demir's best agents hide from death itself. That one's definitely going top. You know what? I put that top too. It is a really good card. It's just I hate the idea of suspecting the creature. But if I put it in the deck that I'm thinking of putting it in, I could just sacrifice the creature and then I don't have to worry about the suspect counter. Manifest Dread. Pay 1 and a green to Manifest Dread. It's really funny. So, actually, you know what? For the meme's sake, I'll put it up top. Cyclops and Electromancer. We've pulled that several times. It can go down there. Anticipate. 1 and a blue. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. I like that. That's decent. Glintwing Invoker, 4 and a blue for a 3/3 human wizard mutant. And you have to pay 7 and a blue to give it +3/+3 and flying until end of turn. No thank you. It's way too expensive. Ooh. We got a tribal instant, which is a hollow one too, which is cool. 1 and a black, changeling. This card is every creature type at all times. Target creature gets +3/-3 and loses all creature types until end of turn. Huh. It's weird. So does it count as a creature or something? That's what I'm going to have to look up later. Ooh, that's a hit. You know what? I'm going to put you here for now because I'm confused by you. That is a huge hit. Actually, you know what? I will put you up here. You still cost everybody their creature types, which means they'll lose like any like tribal related things, which is cool. Anyways, ancient creature. Verdoloth the Ancient, 4 and 2 green for 4/7 with kicker X. Sapperling creatures and other tree folk creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever this thing enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, create X green 1 X green. Yeah. Create X 1/1 green Sapperling creature tokens. That is going to go perfect into that deck that I am currently building, which I'm going to start working on this weekend. I just haven't been feeling super well, but I'll probably work on it some today. Hurl into history, 3 and 2 blue, counter target artifact or creature spell, discover X where X is the spell's mana value. It's a hollow, which is nice. And it's a decent counter spell. Costs a little bit, but it's a decent one. Air Elemental, 3 and 2 blue for 4/4 flying. This feels like it should be in the Avatar set. Tranquil Thicket. Enters battlefield tapped. Tap to add green. Cycle green. It's okay. Lashweed Lurker, 8 for 5/4 with 5 green and blue for the emerge. Sacrifice a creature and pay that instead to get it in for 1 mana cheaper. Kind of a waste. And when you cast it, you may put target non-land permanent on top of its owner's library. I'm going to say no. Too expensive. A Tranquil Cove. And we got another legendary. A Lagoran Soul of Alakria. 1 and a green and a white for a 1/1 flying. Whenever this thing attacks while saddled, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target mounts and or vehicles. Saddle 1. Nice. I do have a saddle deck that I am looking to build soon too, so... And those are the right colors for it, so that's perfect. Pretty happy with the pull of this pack for sure. I'm going to say that this pack kind of got it, I think. Those 2 legendaries are a little bit better than these 2 cards. Hamilton better pull up its socks, or Parry Sound might have the better packs today. Whoop. What in the world's going on with this pack? Hold on a second. This pack got double flipped. There's like half going one way and half going the other way. I've never seen that. There is a double-faced card in here, too. I'm not going to try and spoil it for you guys. Alright, we got a Radiant Grove, which is an excellent hit. Forest and Plains. Enters the battlefield tapped, but I'm okay with that. Beautiful artwork on it, too. Definitely a solid land to start off the pack. Thallid Omnivore. Pay 1, sacrifice another creature. Thallid Omnivore gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If a sapperling was sacrificed this way, you gain 2 life. It is a fungus, so it'll go nicely on my green black fungus deck, actually. It only costs 1 to pay the sacrifice thing, and that deck does like to sacrifice stuff, so that's actually an amazing pull. Again, I know it's tribal, like the one that I put up there before, but I have an instant place where it's going, so... And I'm saying that the effects that it's going to make it a top pull. Phantasmal Bear. 1 blue for a Bear Illusion 2/2. When it becomes the target of a spell or an ability, you have to sacrifice it. Lame. Evolving Wilds with some awesome artwork. Apparently it's the Fallout version. One day, maybe kids will play here again. Nice. I like the little flavor text too. Okay, so we have a Covert Cut Purse. It's a 2 and a black for a 2/1. When it enters the battlefield, destroy target creature you don't control that was dealt damage this turn. Then you can pay 4 and a black to cast it from the graveyard for its disturb cost, and it becomes Covetous Geist. A Spirit Rogue 2/2 with Flying Death Touch, and if it would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. It's okay. It's not amazing, but it's okay. Would I play it? Possibly. In the right deck. Satyr Hoplite. 1 red for a 1/1 with Heroic. Whenever you cast a spell that targets this thing, put a +1/+1 counter on it. I'm okay with that. That's pretty decent. Ooh, we got a Canyon Slough. That's pretty solid. We pulled a Radiant Grove and a Canyon Slough in this pack. The Radiant Grove was just from, or wasn't just from. I think it's from Dominaria United, which is cool. But this one's from Fallout, and it has some pretty nice artwork too. Just like the Evolving Wilds did. Enters battlefield tapped, cycling 2, taps to add red or black. You can search for it. Definitely have a lot of different decks that I can consider putting that into. Martial Impetus, 2 and a white. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and is goaded. Lame. But whenever it attacks, each other creature that's attacking one of your opponents gets +1/+1 until a turn. I mean, that definitely gives them some incentive not to attack you at least, but I still hate goad. Probe, 2 and a blue. Kicker, 1 and a black. Interesting. Draw 3 cards and discard 2 cards from your hand. If you paid the kicker cost, target player discards 2 cards from his or her hand also. Nice. Is that old? It does fit old requirements, 93 to 2000. Cool. Old school card. Footlight Fiend isn't my favorite. When it dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. It's okay, but it's a good sacrifice outlet, essentially. Metropolis Sprite, 1 and a blue for a 1/2 with flying, and pay a blue and it gets +1/-1 until end of turn. Ew. Why do I want to do that? It'll die real fast. Brotherhood Patriarch, 3 and a black, 4/1. When it dies, each opponent loses 2 life, you gain 2 life. Costs too much to put into play. That's why it's going mid. Outnumber. Outnumber deals damage to target creature equal to the number of creatures you control. Damn, for only 1 red? That's insane. Dwarven Reinforcements. Create 2 2/1 red dwarf berserker creature tokens. You can foretell this card so that you don't have to pay as much when you want to actually use it, or you can just pay 3 and a red straight up. And finally, Grizzly Savage, 1 and a black and a green, sorry. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. You can put 1 creature or land from among them into your hand, and the rest go into your graveyard. Good for mill decks and for decks that want to do, what's that thing called? Descend. But otherwise, probably not something you're going to play too often. I might actually put that mid, to be honest. It was a good pack for sure in terms of lands, at least, if nothing else. But I think there were some decent hits in there too, for sure. I did like the Thallid Omnivore. Outnumber is a decent spell too. And I mean, there was a couple that went mid-range that are worthwhile playing for sure. I know I'm hating on it, but Martial Impetus is a good card. I'll put it up top. And I do like you know what? I'm putting Grizzly Salvage up there too. What the heck? But I'm pretty sure that Hamilton's not going to take this one unless this pack is a complete dud. Parry Sound, it's all yours to take or drop. Do you have what it takes to be the best pack that no one ever was? Ba-dum, bum, bum. Alright, spoiler there, we got Wear Down, which is a good card actually. 1 and a green, you can gift a card. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. If you do a gift, though, you get to destroy 2. Pretty solid sorcery. Emberhorror Minotaur, 3 and a red. You may exert this thing as it attacks. If you do, it gets +1/+1 and menace until end of turn. That's not really worth doing, though, probably. I'll still put you mid, though, just in case. Moon Heron, 3 and a blue for a 3/2 with flying. It's a spirit bird. Yeah, okay, mid. Ruthless Ripper. 1 black for a 1/1 with Death Touch. I do like that. Morph. Reveal a black card in your hand. So you can cast this card face down as a 2/2 creature for 3, and then you can turn it up anytime by revealing a black card in your hand. If you do turn it face up, target player loses 2 life. Yeah, okay, I like that. That's actually got some pretty versatility, some pretty versatile stuff going on. Broken Wings is okay, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, there's better versions of it at this point, but still, it's decent. Removal. Wretched Camel, 1 and a green. Actually, you know what? You are instant speed. I'll put you up there. 1 and a black for a 2/1 zombie Camel. It's a zombie soup. No, I'm just kidding. Zombie Camel. When this thing dies, if you control a desert or if there is a desert card in your graveyard, target player discards a card. That's pretty specific. Pilgrim's Eye. 3 for a 1/1 flying. When it enters the battlefield, you can search your library for a basic land, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle. It's a little expensive, but it does get you a land, so I'll put it up there. Dragon Mantle. 1 red, enchant creature. When this thing enters, draw a card. Enchanted creature has pay red this turn. That creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Yeah. Ooh, we got an alien dog soldier from oh my goodness, Doctor Who. Carvanista Loyal Lupari. Adventure, pay 1 and a green. Humans you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Damn. And if you pay 4 and a green, you get a 5/5 with Vigilance, Trample, and Haste. And whenever it attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on each. What the hell is this thing? That is a crazy legendary. Our legendaries were definitely all hits today, which is awesome. Militia Burglar. 2 and a blue for 2/3 with Vigilance. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You can reveal a creature card with power 2 or less. Put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And it's a soldier and it's a human. Apparently we want to build a humans deck at some point. Behemoth's Herald. 1 green for a 1/1. Pay 2 and a green. Tap. Sacrifice a red creature, a green creature, and a white creature. Search your library for a card named Godshire. Oh, we've pulled this before. I have no idea what Godsire is, and I'm not sure I really care enough to actually build a deck around it. Guidelight Synergist, 3 and a blue for a flying 0/4 with this creature gets +1/+0 for each artifact you control. Okay, I can see playing that in the right deck. It could be pretty damn powerful. So I'll put you mid still though. Because I don't have a deck currently that I would actually slot you into. Vexing Scuttler, 8 for 4/5 with Emerge, 6 and a blue instead, so it costs you 1 less. When it enters, when you cast it, you may return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Decent. Not crazy, but decent. Towering Viewpoint. 2 just 2 for a 0/4 with Defender Reach and pay 3 target creature gains flying until end of turn. That's pretty decent. And Collision Course. 1 and a white for either. This deals X damage to target creature, where X is the number of permanents you control that are creatures and or vehicles, or you can destroy an artifact. Craziness. Well, I'm going to say that it was definitely an interesting back battle. As far as finances go, probably it went to Hamilton because these lands are probably worth a little bit that can actually be fetched. Probably not an insane amount, like I'm talking like $2 or $3 maybe if I'm lucky. But I mean, fetchable lands are still kind of an important thing in the game for sure. But I mean, in terms of like actual like value, I think it's got to go to the Parry Sound side. I mean, we pulled 3 legendaries versus 1. We definitely have pretty even packs up here, but I think some of the stuff up here is actually more playable than some of the stuff on the other side. in like less specific decks. Whereas the ones that I put up there on this side, a lot of them are slotted automatically into a deck specifically. For example, Valid Omnivore would probably only be a mid-range card if it wasn't for the fact that I know exactly what deck I'm going to put it into. I just don't know what I'm going to pull out of that deck yet. Anywho, I'm going to cap it off there. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of Dollarama Draws of Destiny. The pug has stepped out, so I can't actually show you guys him on the way out, but you know he cares, and he loves you guys just as much as I do. So, as always, much love to you all from Kaiba and I to you. Take care. Have yourselves a wonderful afternoon. Bye!